Okay, I have one of my favorite electric typewriters. This is a Smith Corona Electra 120, and we've repainted this in bright apple red, which is one of our best-selling colors. Always sells out like super, super fast. So it's been a while since we've had red, so it's fun to have this back. This is going to be great. I love the Electra. Everybody just needs an Electra 120 or 220. A Smith Corona Electric. They're just fantastic typewriters for everyday use. You have your pretty and fun and manual and older typewriters that are great for ruminating and just getting into the flow of writing. But sometimes it's great to have a typewriter that you can just get on and crank out something in a hurry, or if you're doing crafts, or if you have somebody visiting and they want to try a typewriter, but you really don't want them getting onto that vintage Royal or that four bank that you might have. So this is always good to have around the house. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. And this is great for kids, by the way. Paper holder. Excuse me. Margins. Got something tickling my throat right here. This is your paper guide. This is a 12-inch carriage, so it's good for, again, I like it for crafters or for those of you who just, for some reason, you want to type this way versus this way, whatever you like. This is an electric typewriter with a manual return. And so when you hit the return handle, it's going to advance either 1, 2, or 3 lines, depending on how you have it set right here. Also, to move your carriage, you've got a lever on each side. Just pull that in. You can hear the bell. The bell works really nice. Also, there's the lift for that bar that holds your paper down. This is a paper release. It releases the tension down here so that you can adjust your paper if you need to. Also right here is just a little almost not unseen lever. So when you turn this handle, you can hear it click. That's little half line clicks. If you click that lever, it releases it. So it's nice and free, and that way you can make adjustments if you need to, if it's not lined up perfectly or anything like that. Okay, and then make sure you re-engage that. All right, I'm going to move this to the left before I open the top because I don't want the handle to scrape the top. Open that up. You'll see a universal ribbon in here. They're pretty common to find. You can always find them on our website at jotandtittletypewriters.com. By the way, we hand roll ribbon. So if you have a metal spool that needs to be rolled, just send it to us and we will roll that for you. Okay, black on top, red on bottom. Make sure they're threaded through these guide wires. All right, and then through here properly. We do take up close images so that you can check that out. When you get to the end of your spool, the typewriter may stop or your font is going to get faint. Don't panic, nothing wrong with your typewriter. You just need to reverse the direction down here, depending on where it's going. Some typewriters auto-reverse, but you need to know how this works in case it does not. You should be able to use this ribbon back and forth many, many, many times until all of that ink is used up. Okay, so down here, copy set. This just determines how hard your type bars are going to strike your paper, thereby determining how dark the font is. Most of us can't tell a difference, but to your liking. Color selector, it's right here. Power switch. Margin release, for those of you unfamiliar with typewriters. I'm going to turn this on. When you get to your margin, the typewriter is going to stop, which means you need to use your return handle to go to the next line. Or if you have a couple letters left in your word, hit margin release, and now you can keep going. Okay, so I've turned the typewriter on now. You can hear the motor running. It's right here over on the left side. Sometimes if the motor, you hear this like grinding sound. Sometimes when you're moving this typewriter around, you can push these sides in of this top. It gets pushed in. If you kind of hear this, that means it's rubbing against this. Just gently kind of pull this apart gently a little bit, or you can push it to like this side, and that should stop that grinding noise on the side. Okay, let me go ahead and load a piece of paper, and I will show you how to do it, how this types. I'm gonna move it back here. Okay, paper goes right against this bar, between these two metal bars, and you just roll it through. And I got it pretty straight. So that's kind of what the paper guide is for, and also if you're doing a multiple page project, the paper guide helps you keep your margins the same. Okay, we're gonna move it over here, and let's go ahead and start typing. Okay, this is your tab. You can set or you can clear here. Also, this has a half space, regular space, power space. So just fair warning on electric typewriters, power space always makes me nervous because sometimes instead of spacing it releases the carriage. So just for safety reasons and caution, don't put anything breakable anywhere near your carriage. Okay. Got a little bit of experience with that. Okay, let's go ahead and type. I just love the Electras. One, I like how they feel. Two, they're so easy to type on. Fantastic machines. I can never recommend them enough, especially for kids. Most of them are used to the feel of computer keyboards, and it takes very little effort to type on an electric typewriter, especially these Electras. Also, if you're a fast typist, it can keep up with you. Manuals are always able to keep up because, one, the keys are a little bit further apart. You have to press harder down. It takes a lot more effort. If you have small hands, it's really hard to do the home row and type quickly. Some people can do it. I cannot. Oh, wonderful typewriter. Everyone is an Electra. My personal opinion, I've long been a fan of Electra typewriters, so this one is no exception. It works really well. You're going to love it. So I'm not going to narrow it down to any one particular type group of people because I consider Electras an everyday everybody typewriter. The only group of people that I don't think you would enjoy this as much is those of you who really want to savor the writing experience. Then I would say go with a manual typewriter, one that flows with you, one that you find aesthetically pleasing and also works well, because that's really part of the writing experience. But if you're don't mind moving quickly, you just want something that's distraction free, you cannot go wrong with the Electras. They're just one of my favorite machines, just saying. Okay, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.